ask you, what is the underlying doctrine behind all of these practices? It's the idea that the dead are not really what? Are not really dead. It's the immortality of the soul that stands behind this. And any church that tells you that you can pray for the dead or you can pray to the dead, you need to be very careful about that church. Because that is forbidden. It's called an abomination in the Holy Word of God. Notice verse 12. For all who do these things are an abomination to the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord your God drives them out from before you. Do you know what another abomination is? Saying that you don't have to keep God's law is an abomination. You say, where does the Bible say such a thing? Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9. Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9 says, one who turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is what? Is an abomination. So when you turn your ear away from the law, you say, we don't have to keep the law. The law was nailed to the cross. We're not under law, but under grace. God doesn't expect obedience from us. As a fruit of our justification, or as a fruit of His grace, you need to be very careful, because we're told in this verse that the prayer of an individual who turns away his ear from the law is an abomination in the sight of the Lord. Now I want you to notice also Proverbs 15 verses 8 and 9, relating to this same point. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord. What is wickedness? Wickedness is disobeying God's what? God's law. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord. So can you sacrifice and still be abominable to the Lord? Sure you can. If you're disobedient, if you're wicked. But the prayer of the upright is His delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but He loves him who follows what? Righteousness. But do you know, not only those who turn away their ear from hearing the law, is that an abomination? But another thing that's an abomination is thinking that you can be saved by your good works. By going on pilgrimages, by paying penance, or doing other things, thinking that you can earn your salvation like the Pharisees thought. Notice what Jesus had to say in Luke chapter 16 and verse 15. Luke 16 verse 15. And He said to them, you are those who justify yourselves before men, but God knows your hearts. For what is highly esteemed among men, which is the idea that you can be justified by your works, for what is highly esteemed by men is what? Is an abomination in the sight of God. Thinking that you don't have to listen to the law is an abomination, and thinking that you can be saved by keeping the law is also an abomination. So we need to look out for churches who say, well, you know, we don't have to worry about the law as Christians. Jesus kept it. You know, we're under grace. And we turn away our ear from hearing the law. We also have to fear for churches that say that you have to fulfill a whole bunch of requirements in order for God to accept you, in order for you to be saved. In other words,